Yo, what's up, guys? Everyone, today, man, I'll be talking about the Pacers and Cavs series. Now, my prediction, I'm not gonna lie, was Cavaliers in 6. The outcome, Pacers in 5. Right off the bat, my respect for doubting the Indiana Pacers. It's not that I thought y'all were bad by the stretch of the imagination. I thought the Cavs were elite. I had them as a top 5 contender in the NBA for winning the Larry O'Brien Trophy, winning the NBA Finals. You want to know what they did? They completely shit the bed. Because of you, Indiana Pacers, y'all got some timely stops. Y'all offense was godlike against their top 10 defense. And they had a couple of guys that just did not perform well. I'm talking about guys that regular season wise were really key contributors for them. I'm talking about guys like, let's say the injured and the often in the playoffs injured, and overall, Darius Mr. Toe Garland. I'm talking about Ty Jerome, who literally went from making starter money to don't know what the hell he's gonna make now. Cash fans were literally saying, no, Ty Jerome is outpricing himself from my Cavs. You wanna know what? You can probably get Ty Jerome back on a 6 Man of the Year type of contract once again. No more than $12.5 million in my book. And DeAndre Hunter, who again was injured and once again is often injured in both the regular season and the playoffs, he once again did not perform well in the playoffs, which it's tough for, it's tough for the Cavs. And then Mitchell, today he was very inefficient, but I feel like he had a pretty good series. Did he shoot him 2 days? Absolutely. Did they get to the rim? Yes. And then today he wants to miss 3 free throws back to back to back, and then trolls and hits a clutch 3, and then Nemhard gets an and 1, and it's the game's over. And then Miles Turner hits a dagger 3. Yeah, it's over. So overall in the series, Pacers, those first 2 wins were massive. And then they lose game 3, and then they win again, and then they win again today. Cavs were up by 19 points today and still lost that game. Do you understand how absurd that is? You've seen the Knicks come back from down 22 times, game 1 and game 2 against the Celtics. But it's this shit isn't normal. Coming back from 20, not that it's not normal, but it's not easy. With a 3-point shot, obviously a lot easier, but it isn't expected, you know what I'm saying? Beginning of the series for the Cavs was maybe shout out DeAndre Hunter. Not really, man. DeAndre did not perform well overall. He had his moments. He had that game. I'll give him that. But overall, man, it just wasn't that ideal. Especially when he got injured. Got into with Benedict Mathurin. And then Max Strus had a game. And then Max Strus today wants to shoot 0 for 9, but 0 for 5 or 0 for 6 from 3. Max Strus, he legend. Come on, man. You're shooting 2023 finals against the Nuggets stats. What is that smell? What do you shoot 20% on threes or shots wide open in the finals? Jesus Christ, man. And then let's start off from the top. So game 1, third quarter, had a nice little Cavaliers, and then in the fourth quarter it all went down. Game 2 though, you got a really good Craig Porter Jr. game. And I want to sure I get my facts correct because there have been a lot of series overall. So again, I do want to make sure that I get my facts correct. So yep. I do have my facts correct. I was about to say, because again, I watch a lot of basketball, my brain is kind of messed up, but I was correct. Okay. So I like what I saw in that game 2 at Craig Porter Jr. If I was Kenny Atkinson, I probably would have gave CPJ some more minutes. He had a nice play where he got a steal, then he went all the way to the cup for an and 1. Shout out to CPJ. One of the most underrated third string point guards in the league. Probably could be a pretty solid backup point guard as well. Yeah. And then the game 2 had a really good start from Garland, from Mobley. A really good game 2 start with Garland, Mobley, and Hunter out, and then you trolled and sold the game in the fourth quarter once again. Ty Jerome was 1 for 14 in game 2. 1 for 14. They killed the boards in game 3. Strus had a legacy game. That's the only game they won. And then in game 4, Donovan Mitchell had an off game. In game 5, he had 35, but overall efficiency wise, Shot like 21 free throws. He made 16 of them. He had an off game shooting wise in game 4 and in game 5 as well. He didn't play the second half of game 4, and I was wondering if he was going to play today, and he did. But he didn't shoot well, but objectively, it would have been a lot worse if he was not playing for them. Ty Jerome, he was benched in game 4 in the first half. Played second half, had a nice little joke. He had multiple threes. He had the 1 3, and he's like, yeah. Walked around Indiana. He's like, yeah. He's just trying to get hype. He's using anything as motivation because they kept pinning him on the bench. I'm like, yeah, his agent. His agent probably hates him for making starter money to maybe being at most making like 12 and a half over like maybe like another 1-year deal, maybe 2 with a team option. Like, I don't know. Strus in game 5 was bad. Straight up bad. Mitchell was inefficient. Garland was off. Shout out to E-Mob though. Shout out to Evan Mobley. He had a really good game. It's just like the Pacers offense in one game as well had like 80 first half points. It's like, what can you do at that point? You got Tyrese Halliburton hitting game-winning threes, him hitting logo threes, him getting to his bag. You got Neesmith, you got Turner, you got Nembhard, you got Siakam. Off the bench, you may get some Mathurin. This is an incredibly deep team. I feel like overall, I underrated the living hell out of the Indiana Pacers, you know. ECF last year, were like, oh, injuries, Knicks, they win the fully healthy series, you know, Brunson and this, that, and the third. The Indiana Pacers are a really good team. Like, they are a really good team. Let's talk about the winning team now. The Indiana Pacers, Andrew Nembhard in game 1 had a legacy game. They also had a good jolt from Aaron Neesmith as well. And from Halliburton, they finished really, really good. They finished really, really good. In game 1, they shot 52.8% from 3. 19 of 36. Halliburton was amazing at the end of that game. And then in game 1 as well, they spammed the Jared Allen switch, especially with Halliburton getting the switch on the big boom, 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 boom. It was getting kind of cooked. And then Hallie's the game winner in game 2 over Ty Jerome, who, like I said, Poole was awful in game 2. And I don't know why he was in that game. So they forgot like an Isaac Okoro who's known for his defense, you know. And in game 3, they sold this absurd magnet ball game from Benedict Mathurin. Halliburton had an off game. And then, you know, game 4, they were mismatch hunting, getting to their bags, getting to switches. Siakam ball like 9-7 from the field, over like 100% shooting. I'm like, okay, holy. Siakam was in his bag. I said Siakam struggled for like most of the series, but in that game, he was in his bag. He had a good amount of Obi Toppin spurts in that game 4 as well. And he gets into it with DeAndre Hunter, and he's not getting injected. I thought at most it would be like a flagrant at most, but really could have been like a double tech on both of them. Ends up being a double tech on both Miles Turner and DeAndre Hunter. Is there such thing as like a triple tech, or would that still be a double tech because it's 2 different teams? I don't know at this point. Game 5, Hadley was in his bag. At a point in the first half, 17 points, 5 a second 3, hit a logo 3, was just in his duff. Miles Turner, dagger 3, you know. Nembhard and 1, yeah. Just a really good jolt. Cavs missed at least 6 free throws in the fourth quarter, 6 of 12. Clutch Miles Turner dagger 3, and it was GG's for the Indiana. No, it's GG's by the Pacers to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who now the Pacers are moving on to the ECF for the second consecutive season in a row. Pacers fan, congratulations. Sorry we're sleeping on y'all. Y'all are officially them. Halliburton is not overrated. He, if anything, is underrated. And the Pacers have a really deep team, you know. Hey, Pacers, y'all got it, man. No slander for me. I'm not gonna lie. Did I see the vision? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I see the vision? No. But did y'all do y'all thing? Absolutely. So shout out to y'all. Congrats on making back-to-back ECF runs. Maybe, you know, a heated rivalry, you know, from back in the day. Pacers against the Knicks. Praise to Tatum, by the way, torn Achilles, so brutal. As someone living in New England, I know a lot of people that are Celtics fans. I feel for them as cold as Tatum at all, but praise for Tatum overall. But yeah, other than that, y'all, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. It's been your boy John. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.